So the Attack on Titan Last Attack movie's post-credits scene has become the talk of the town this past weekend, for good and bad reasons. Before I talk about the great achievements this movie has made, as well as the controversy and backlash, let's talk about what this post-credits scene is all about, and where it came from. So according to Attack on Titan Wiki, Attack on School Casts is a series of fake previews of the Attack on Titan manga written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama. The series was published in each of the main manga volumes from volume 21 to volume 34. They were about 2 pages in length and pretty much followed the adventures of Normie Eren, Goth Mikasa and Nerd Armin as ordinary high school students. What makes the release of these chapters interesting is that they actually began when Eren and the gang actually reached the basement, which was a pinnacle moment in the Attack on Titan story. I think it's pretty cool to see what these characters could look like and what lives they could have lived in the real world. The post-credit scene in the Attack on Titan Last Attack movie adapted the final chapter of this Attack on School Cast series, and what you see in the Attack on Titan movie in the post-credit scene is pretty much what you see in the final 2 high school pages. Of course, I will not play the post-credit scene, which has been leaked everywhere online for reasons that I will go into great length to talk about, but the post-credit scene starts with Normie Eren, Goth Mikasa and Nerd Armin all pretty much reacting to the ending differently. Goth Mikasa is tearing up and gets her handkerchief and wipes away tears. Nerd Armin just goes onto his phone scrolling on discussion pages on Reddit, and Normie Eren is just blankly looking at the screen enjoying his popcorn. Although the way it was drawn in the anime made it look like it was a KFC bargain bucket, I do love how you can tell what their personalities are from just their reactions to the movie alone. Oh yes, in the anime you do get Zofia and Udo walking past the 3 of them, as well as a mysterious figure walking away from behind Nerd Armin. The post-credit scene actually expands a little bit more from what you see in the manga panels. You get a shot of the screen room name, which says Screen 9, and you get what appears to be a janitor who is Levi Ackerman, wiping away dirt on a wall like he is attacking the Titans. You could see how much fun the animators had with this one scene alone. They did not have to go that hard for Levi Ackerman. I was honestly impressed with the animation, even though the video quality was poor. But just like the manga, you cut to the 3 of them outside walking away, and walking past the trio, Ymir and her 3 daughters, Maria, Rosa, Sheena. With no King Fritz in sight, it's great to see Ymir with her daughters, living in a peaceful world without any fear. Unlike the manga, you actually do get some extra side profiles of Normie Eren, Nerd Armin and Goth Mikasa. You then get this official shot that was released by the official Shingeki website. Another nice addition to the post-credit scene is the restaurant that Niccolo opened, and with Sasha being alive in this Attack on School universe, without a doubt she will be his #1 customer. And then you have Mikasa basically talking about how much she loved the ending and how the foreshadowing truly paid off. Unlike in the manga where you see the 3 of them in the same shot, the anime has different shots of them separately when they're giving their opinions. You have Mikasa in a low angle shot talking about how much she loved the movie and how she felt like the foreshadowing well and truly paid off. Nerd Armin talks about how she does not read the fan websites, so the ending does make sense to her without reading the negativity online. Goth Carter responds with, "I'm sorry, sympathizer to the dark, but your voice is too quiet for me to hear." My gosh, I was laughing so much when I read this scene. Nerd Armin goes off and absolutely goes on a rant about the ending, talking about there were way too many loose ends. He predicted it 10 years ago and how the ending was going to be exactly what he thought it was going to be, ranting about how he expected the ending to subvert his expectations. Goth Mikasa defends the ending, saying that it was just left to interpretation. It was a simple end. How there are some times when it's easier to relate to people with flaws every once in a while, but Nerd Armin is not having any of it, how it has nothing to do with all the questions he has with it, as well as all the gripes he has with the story and how he waited 10 long years. The animation of them expressing their feelings in the post-credits scene, from what I've seen in the clips online, look pretty damn good. While I do agree more with Goth Carter's opinions on the movie, I love how Isayama wrote this scene. He knew right in the ending it was going to divide the fandom. Some would love it and some would hate it, and some will just be like Normie Eren in the middle. But the 2 of them try and get Normie Eren to side with the other. This might be the first time I have ever seen Mikasa and Armin actually argue and fight with one another. And Normie Eren, just being a normie, talks about how he just likes going to the movies with his two childhood friends, and if there is a sequel, that they should all go together. The two of them blush and they stop arguing with one another. It reminds me of episode 10 of season 4, where Eren is talking about how he doesn't want any of his friends to inherit his Titan, wanting them to live long happy lives after they were arguing who should get the Titan. Despite his manic personality, the dude is a softie on the inside and you love to see it. But the final scene is Eren finding it hard to believe that there were Titans living 100 years ago, indicating that the entire Attack on Titan series that we have watched from episode 1 to the finale was based on a true life event in their own history. Although Nerd Armin, being the nerd, isn't 100% sure this is based on historical fact, but Goth Mikasa, being the heart of the three of them, wishes that the three main characters in the film were real people, and Eren replies with, yeah, I guess so. And as the three of them are walking away, you have the camera slowly panning up while the OST song Liberio at Night is playing in the background. A very interesting choice for this scene, while the camera is panning up to what appears to be the main tree that Ymir fell into and got the hallucinogen, which was not shown in the actual manga. When I saw this, I couldn't help but wonder, is this actually set in the distant future and these are the descendants of Eren, Mikasa and Armin? I also find the whole scene to be really trippy in a good way, playing Liberio at Night while showing the tree in what appears to be Paradise Island. Maybe the OST is a foreshadowing to Marley in the post-credit scene where you see Paradise Island in the future and it getting destroyed by what appears to be the outside world. Or maybe this scene is set so far into the future that Paradise Island has greatly expanded throughout the entire world, that Marley and Paradise's cultures have more or less blended together. Some people online are claiming that Eren, Mikasa and Armin got reincarnated into the real world, or maybe this is a future possible reality that Eren saw in the past. Regardless, this post-credit scene is entertaining, funny, yet also really heartwarming. The movie so far is ranked #1 at the Japanese box office, which is pretty damn cool, and so far the only other country that is confirmed for a release date other than Japan is the Philippines, with a release date of January 2025. And the day this movie got released, it's got a 10 out of 10 on IMDB, but sadly, Attack on Titan haters did not like that news at all and have downvoted it, and now it is standing at a 9.6 out of 10, which is still good. But come on guys, why do you have to downvote things? Let Attack on Titan have its moment of glory. While it's good news that it is ranking at #1 at the box office in Japan, sadly we do have some bad news regarding this post-credit scene. It is now under controversy and Japanese fans are not happy about it. Not with the content that was shown, but the way it was delivered online. Some Japanese fans are so angry that the post-credit scene got leaked online that they are taking action and trying to report as many accounts that have the leaked footage. That is the main reason why I did not want to show the footage scene in this video, as I have seen multiple X accounts get the footage removed and blocked, and I did not want that to happen to me. So I am only using the official images that were released by Studio MAPPA. And honestly, I can understand the frustrations from Japanese fans because leaking the footage online could result in people not actually wanting to go into the cinemas to watch this movie and supporting the industry. It could have a negative effect on the box office, and this is not how the animators at MAPPA wanted their post-credit scene to be viewed in the first place. Not online through a leak, but on the big screen in the cinemas. However, at the same time, there isn't actually any confirmed dates for when this movie will be released in the West, so these leaks are, in a way, despite the poor quality, a great way for people to experience this phenomenal new addition to the Attack on Titan franchise. But yes, I do agree with the Japanese fans showing their anger. Piracy is already such a huge plague on the anime and manga industry in Japan, an issue that they are slowly but surely starting to resolve with the Control-Alt-Deletion of 9 anime and other anime torrents online. Hopefully with the news of the leaks being online, it will motivate Pony Cannon and Kodansha to push the release date closer. But tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think of this? What do you think of the post-credit scene? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more Attack on Titan videos, as well as other anime news updates, reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do the view signing out.